What's up, guys? This is Eric from GameShampoo, and after popping the top on the What's up, guys? This is Eric from GameShampoo.com, and after opening up the Dimir deck, I am now moving on to the Boros deck and the Gatecrash set. I already popped the top on this one a little bit, so just gonna pull everything out, and you can see that there is differently colored cardboard in each one for, depending on what guild they're allied with. The last one had a gray box, this one gets an orange box. Got the same planeswalker manual thing over here, and the same book of rules that we had in the last deck. So if you really want to see those, for whatever reason, you can go into the last video, the Dimir deck, because we detailed that stuff. So this one is going to be just more about the contents of the actual deck and of the booster packs, which I already opened and which I will go through at the end. There's some pretty good stuff in there. I just want to make sure that there's no repeats in the booster packs from the deck. So I am going to rip the plastic off of this guy and lay all that stuff out so I can kind of go through it a little bit easier. And then we'll go through the booster pack. So there's the contents of the Boros deck, and there's the mana over there. Got 12 plains and 12 mountains, and then the rest is creatures and some other spells. So let's start with the first rare card, the Foundry Champion. It is a 6-drop rare elemental soldier 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of creatures you control. And then you can tap one mountain to give it +1/+0 until the end of turn, or you can tap one plains to give it +0/+1. Next is the Boros Elite 1-drop 1/1 with Battalion. Whenever it and at least 2 other creatures attack, it gets 2/2 until the end of turn, which is something that ended up being pretty helpful for people at the pre-release, or so it seemed. Warclamp Mastiff is the next creature. It is a 1-drop hound 1/1 with first strike. Pretty simple. Bomber Corps is the next. It's a 2-drop human soldier 1/2 with Battalion. Whenever it and at least 2 other creatures attack, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Fire Fist Striker is the next card. It costs 2 mana to play. It's a human soldier with Battalion. Whenever it and at least 2 other creatures attack, target creature cannot block this turn and has 2/1. Daring Skyjack is the next card. There are 2 of those in the deck. Should mention there's 2 of the Warclamp Mastiffs in there as well. I don't think I mentioned that before. And this is a human knight with Battalion. It's a 3/1. Whenever Daring Skyjack and at least 2 other creatures attack, it gains flying until the end of turn. Next up is the Sunhome Guildmage. It is a human wizard. Only costs 2 to play. It's a 2/2. You can tap 3. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until the end of turn, or you can tap 4. Put out a 1/1 red and white soldier creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Next up, it comes with 3 Wojek Halberdiers. I think that's what you call it. It's a 2-drop, 1 red, 1 white. Whenever Wojek Halberdiers and at least 2 other creatures attack, it gains first strike until the end of turn. It's a 3/2. And below that one is Ordrun Veteran. It's a 4-drop Minotaur soldier with Battalion, 3/1. Whenever it and at least 2 other creatures attack, it gains double strike until the end of turn, which is pretty nifty. Next up is the Fireman Avenger. It is a 4-drop one of those being mountain, one of those being plains. It's a rare angel with flying and battalion. Whenever Fireman Avenger and at least 2 other creatures attack, Fireman Avenger deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 3 life, and it's a 3/3. So, that card is actually super annoying to play against. Or at least that's what I found at the pre-release, because it deals 3 damage before you get a chance to assign defenses, so you can just whittle the opponent down, remove all their defenses, and then kill them. Canyon Minotaur is the next card in the set. It's a 3/3, 4-drop. That's all it really does. It's nothing special. It just has a huge description on it. We'll scale these cliffs, traverse brittle bridge, and then fight our way down the volcanic slopes on the other side. Isn't the shortest route through the canyon? Yes, so shouldn't we? No. Yeah. Okay, whatever. That is that card. I guess the Canyon Minotaur is the inhabitant of the canyon, and they just wreck everybody that goes through there. Sky Knight Legionnaire is the next card. There's 2 of these in the set. It's a 3-drop Human Knight, flying, haste, 2/2. Not bad overall. Court Street Denizen is up next, a 3-drop Human Soldier. Whenever another white creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature an opponent controls, and it's 2/2. And moving over, we have Warmind Infantry. There are 2 of these in the deck. It's a 3-drop Elemental Soldier, 2/3 Battalion. When it and at least 2 other creatures attack, it gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. And then there's Ember Beast, which can't attack or block alone, and it's a 3/4, but it's a 3-drop, so decent enough, I suppose. Then Armored Transport comes next. It's a 3-drop Artifact Construct. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Armored Transport by creatures blocking it, and it's a 2/1. So that's actually quite helpful for a common card, especially because when you attack with it, basically, the blocking creature can't kill it. So then there are 2 Fortress Cyclopses. There are 4-drop cards. Whenever Fortress Cyclops attacks, it gets +3/+0 until the end of turn. Whenever it blocks, it gets +0/+3 until the end of turn. It's a 3/3. Pretty useful. Next up is a special land. It's a Boros Guildgate. It enters the battlefield tapped, but it can be used for red or white mana. Mugging is next. This card is just a 1-drop. It deals 2 damage to target creature, and that creature can't block this turn. Another 1-drop up next. It's Shielded Passage. This is a white card. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. Next up is a 2-drop Aerial Maneuver. It's an instant. Target creature gets 1/1 and gains flying and first strike until the end of the turn. The Boros Keyrune comes up next. There are 2 of these. 3-drop Artifact does the same thing as a normal Keyrune. With you can turn it into a creature. It gets 1/1 red and white soldier artifact creature with double strike until the end of turn. Act of Treason is coming up next. You pay 3 and gain control of target creature until the end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until the end of turn. Arrows of Justice is the next card. There are 2 of these in the deck. It deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Then down below is Righteous Charge. It's a 3-drop, 2 of which are white creatures you control get 2/2 until the end of turn. And finally, Mark for Death. It's a 4-drop, target creature an opponent controls blocks this turn if able. Untap that creature. Other creatures that player controls can't block this turn. So that's the deck. And now I'm going to lay out the booster packs and see what we get in there. Some pretty good stuff in those. Not many repeats, I don't think. So I'm going to collect all these cards and put out the booster packs. Alright, so here's all the stuff that came in the booster. And let's start it up with Devour Flesh. Target player sacrifices a creature, then gains life equal to that creature's toughness. Next up is Tin Street Market. 5-drop enchant land. Enchanted land has tap it to discard a card and draw a card. Next card is Pit Fight. It's a 2-drop instant. Target creature you control fights another target creature. Spell Rupture, 2-drop blue. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Slate Street Ruffian, 3-drop black. Whenever a Slate Street Ruffian becomes blocked, defending player discards a card. It's a 2/2. Ember Beast is a 3-drop red. Ember Beast can't attack or block alone. It's a 3/4. That was in the deck as well. A Gruul Guildgate, normal Guildgate. It's for red or green mana. Wildwood Rebirth, 2-drop green. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Under that is the Foundry Street Denizen, 1-drop red. Whenever another red creature enters the battlefield under your control, Foundry Street Denizen gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. It's a 1/1. Call of the Nightwing is a 4-drop blue and black. Put a 1/1 blue and black horror creature token with flying onto the battlefield, and it has Cipher, which is pretty useful, especially for building up a token army. Skullcrack is the next card. It's a 2-drop instant. Players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Skullcrack deals 3 damage to target player. Incursion Specialist is a 2-drop human wizard. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, Incursion Specialist gets +2/+0 until the end of turn and is unblockable this turn. Boros Reckoner is next. It's a 3-drop red or white. This is a great card. Whenever Boros Reckoner is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target creature or player. And you can tap 1 red or 1 white to give it first strike until the end of turn, and it's a 3/3. Next card, 3-drop white. Righteous Charge. Creatures you control get 2/2 until the end of turn. Next up is just a mana and a soldier token, bonus stuff they throw in there. Under those is a Massive Raid, 3-drop red. Massive Raid deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of creatures you control. Beacon Apparition is the next card. It's a 1-drop white or black card. And you exile a target card from a graveyard and put a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. I found that to be pretty useful when people try to cycle things from their graveyard back onto the battlefield or into their hand. Death Cult Rogue, 3-drop black and blue. It cannot be blocked except by other rogues. It's a 2/2. Corpse Blockade is next. It's a 3-drop defender. Black zombie. Sacrifice another creature. Corpse Blockade gains death touch until the end of turn. Armored Transport is a 3-drop artifact construct. There's one of those in the deck as well. You just prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it by blocking creatures. Syndicate Enforcer is next. It's a 4-drop 3/2 black creature, and it has Extort. Burst of Strength is the next card in the pack. It's a 1-drop green. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature and untap it. Just an instant. Basilica Guards is a 3-drop white card. 1/4 defender and Extort. Spell Rupture is below that. It's a 2-drop blue instant. Counter target spell unless its controller plays X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So that can be super useful in certain situations. I mean, it can be basically impossible to counter if you have creatures strong enough. Vizkopa Guildmage is next. It's a 2-drop, 1 white, 1 black. You can tap 1 generic, 1 white, and 1 black to either give target creature lifelink until the end of turn, or to say that whenever you gain life this turn, each opponent loses that much life. So, personally, I have a deck that is built around lifelink, so that is super useful, and definitely like that card. The Dimir Kirun is next. We covered that in the Dimir deck. The Mind-Eye Drake is after that. It's a 5-drop flying blue creature. When Mind Eye Drake dies, target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. It's a 2/5. Again, just plains after that. And then we've got a holographic mountain. And then save the best for last. Aurelia's Fury came in the pack after that. It's a 3-drop at the minimum. It's 1 white, 1 red, and then just X for the mana cost. Instant Aurelia's Fury deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. Tap each creature dealt damage this way. Players dealt damage this way can't cast non-creature spells this turn. That card will mess up your day. Especially if you have a lot of mana to spare when you cast it. So that's what I got in the 2 booster packs that came with the Boros deck. And that's just about going to do it for this video, this unboxing of the Boros deck. There are still 3 more decks to go, so definitely stay tuned for those, and thanks for watching.